Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End-of-Week Deep Dive, covering market moves in indexes, sectors, stocks, and global markets for the week ending Friday, August 29th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Max Profit. Key indexes ended mixed this week. The S&P 500 index and the Dow 30 index both reached new all-time highs before closing slightly lower. The Russell 2000 index bucked the trend, rising for its fourth consecutive week. All indexes maintained very strong positive trends. Market breadth shows strength in small caps, with the Russell 2000 reporting more than twice as many weekly advances as declines. The Dow 30 showed similar internal strength with 18 advancers versus 12 decliners, while the Nasdaq maintained a modest positive breadth. Looking at month-to-date returns, the S&P 400 Mid-Cap Index and the Dow 30 lead the pack, both up over 3%. Year-to-date, the Nasdaq Composite shows the strongest performance with an 11.1% gain, followed by the S&P 500 at 9.8%. On a long-term basis, the Nasdaq Composite demonstrates superior performance with a 16% average annual return over the past decade. The S&P 500 follows with 12.5%, while the Russell 2000 and Midcap 400 show more modest annual gains around 8%.
Checking out best and worst performing equities, I'm Penny Stock. Inno Holdings leads with a 296% surge to 5.19, showing very strong upward momentum. Sound jumped 241% to 11.99, hitting new yearly highs. Professional Diversity Network broke out after consolidation, climbing 212%. Weekly returns are remarkable, with Inno Holdings showing a 296% total return and 55% average daily gain. Sound posted a 241% weekly return with 46% daily average. Professional Diversity Network achieved a 212% weekly return. Looking at longer-term performance, Sound stands out with a 555% one-year return. Professional Diversity Network shows mixed results with a 48% one-year gain but negative three-year returns. EchoStar maintains steady growth across all timeframes. Among large caps, Wynn Resorts leads, rising 10.8% to 126.75, hitting new yearly highs. Decker's Outdoor gained 9.6% with strong volatility. Autodesk shows very strong upward momentum, climbing 8.4%. Weekly performance shows Wynn Resorts with a 10.8% total return. Decker's Outdoor posted 9.6% gains despite negative year-to-date returns. Autodesk maintains consistent positive returns across all timeframes. Long-term analysis reveals Decker's Outdoor with impressive 10-year returns of 1,019%. Fair Isaac shows strong 3-year performance at 228%. Wynn Resorts maintains steady growth with 67% one-year returns. On the downside, GreenPower Motor plunged 89% to 0.34, hitting all-time lows. ESA Pharma dropped 87.5% with strong downward volatility. Trinity Biotech fell 81.4%, also reaching new all-time lows. Weekly losses were severe with GreenPower Motor showing minus 89% returns. ESA Pharma declined 87.5% with significant daily drops. Trinity Biotech fell 81.4% while showing some stability in monthly metrics. Looking at the worst performers, GreenPower Motor leads the decline, plummeting 89.3% to close at 0.34. ESA Pharma dropped 87.5%, while Trinity Biotech fell 81.4%. Both hit new all-time lows amid very strong negative trends. Among large caps, Keurig Dr Pepper led decliners, falling 17.2% to 29.9, hitting a new 52-week low. Hormel Foods dropped 13% amid strong downward volatility, while Moderna slid 11.1% in its second consecutive down week. Weekly returns show the depth of decline, with Keurig Dr Pepper down 17.2%, marking its worst performance. Hormel Foods dropped 13%, showing significant weakness, with an average daily decline of 2.6% this week. Looking at longer-term performance, Moderna shows the steepest decline, down 69% over the past year and 82% over 3 years. Cooper Companies has fallen 36% year over year, while Hormel Foods is down 50% over 3 years.
And now onto U.S. sector performance, where energy leads with a 2.4% gain. Financial services and communication services both hit new all-time highs. Technology shows a very strong positive trend despite closing down 3 consecutive weeks. Market breadth shows significant strength in financial services, with 475 advances versus 147 declines. Energy remains balanced with 72 advances and 78 declines, while technology shows more declines than advances in the latest session. Looking at returns, communication services leads year-to-date with a 17.2% gain. Technology follows with 13.6%, while financial services and basic materials both show gains above 10%. Over the longer term, technology dominates with a 674% 10-year total return, averaging 22.7% annually. Financial services and communication services both show 10-year returns exceeding 170%.
Energy stocks showed significant strength this week. APA led the group with a 7.3% gain to 23.22, showing strong upward volatility and momentum over 4 consecutive weeks. Marathon Petroleum and Valero Energy demonstrated very strong positive trends, climbing 5.1% and 4.5% respectively. Monthly returns highlight impressive performance from APA, posting a 20.4% gain for the month. Valero Energy followed with a 10.7% monthly return. Year-to-date, Marathon Petroleum leads the pack with a substantial 28.8% return. Looking at longer-term performance, Marathon Petroleum stands out with impressive returns, showing a 71% gain over 3 years and a remarkable 280% return over the past decade. Valero Energy has also delivered strong long-term results with a 157% 10-year return.
In underperforming sectors today, the utilities sector led declines, dropping 2% to 426.25. Consumer defensive fell 1.6% to 887.24, while industrials, healthcare, and consumer cyclical all posted modest losses under 1%. Market breadth shows mixed signals across these sectors. Healthcare saw the highest daily participation, with 543 advances versus 489 declines. Industrials showed similar positive breadth, while consumer defensive remained nearly balanced with slightly more decliners than advancers. Looking at weekly returns, utilities showed the steepest decline at -2.1%, followed by consumer defensive at -1.7%. Despite today's weakness, healthcare maintains positive momentum for the month, up 5.2%. The 10-year performance reveals significant growth across sectors, with consumer cyclical leading at 120% ARR. Industrials follows with 112% ARR. Despite recent underperformance, utilities and consumer defensive maintain steady long-term returns above 60% ARR.
Utility stocks showed broad weakness this week. NextEra Energy led the declines, falling 5.5% to 72.5. Eversource Energy and Consolidated Edison both dropped more than 3%, while Dominion Energy shows a strong positive trend despite today's decline. Looking at returns, NextEra shows the steepest weekly decline at minus 5.6%. Eversource and Consolidated Edison are both down around 3% for the month. Despite recent weakness, Exelon maintains the strongest year-to-date performance at 16%. Long-term performance metrics reveal NextEra Energy leading with a 183% total return over 10 years. Dominion Energy is the only utility showing negative 10-year returns at minus 15.7%. Exelon demonstrates strong growth with a 95% decade-long return.
Thanks for watching. I'm Max Profit, along with my AI co-host Penny Stock. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency, and commodities. Thanks for watching.